Wiccan Rede, everybody. So, the next topic on this collaborative channel is the discussion of the Wiccan Rede. Now, there are 3 points, three, that I would like to touch on. I'm going to talk about perfect love and perfect trust, which is part of the Rede, and ye harm none, do as ye will, which is another part of the Rede, and ever mind the rule of three, which is all about karma, um, and yeah, so those are the 3 topics I'm going to touch on. I'm going to be giving you just my opinion and how I take it and what I follow. Um, and I'm really hoping to get some feedback from you guys. I really want to know what you guys think. So here it goes. um, First of all, perfect love and perfect trust. Now, I have always believed, and I still do believe, that there's nobody out there in the world who is perfect. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the Queen of England. I don't care if you're the President of the United States. I don't care if, you're just some average person. Nobody is perfect in any way. But the one thing that is perfect in my eyes and always has been is love and trust. Um, so to have come to a path where perfect love and perfect trust is kind of a focal point, it really means a lot to me. Now, in my opinion, if you don't have that perfect love and perfect trust in your practice, the deities that you follow, or even in yourself, how are you going to form that bond or connection with your deities and your practice if you don't have that love and that trust? If it's not there, you're not going to have that fulfilling feeling. You're going to have a spark and you're going to feel good. You're going to feel like you've come home. But if you don't completely trust in what you're doing, if you don't completely love and accept and um, believe in what you're doing and in your deities, then it's just not going to work for you. At least not in my opinion. Um, until I came to that realization, I didn't actually find spiritual fulfillment. Um, Starting off on this path, even though I felt like I had come home and that it was right for me, um, I did not have that perfect love and that perfect trust. I was very, very wary. I was very skeptical, and I was still in the process of learning and figuring things out. And, um, you know, here I am 2 years later, and I have learned to find that perfect love and that perfect trust. And there isn't a doubt in my mind about my spirituality and where I am with it. And it makes my spiritual experience so much more fulfilling to have that. And I think it's a very, very important thing to follow as far as the Rede. Um, so, yeah. The second point that I wanted to bring up was "An ye harm none, do as ye will." Um, and this is so important to me because I do not believe in hexing and cursing. It's just very, very negative, and I'm not a negative person. I'm very upbeat and friendly and smiley and bubbly and cheerful, and negativity just completely is a downer. It brings me down instantly. So why would I want that in my life as part of my practice? Um, and as far as I'm concerned, when you're hexing or cursing somebody, that's doing them harm in some way, whether it's emotional, physical, spiritual, whatever. It's still harming them, and that goes against the Rede, "And ye harm none, do as ye will." Um, and the whole "do as ye will" part. I apply that to my rituals and my spell workings. If I write out a spell and in any way, shape, or form it is manipulative um, or negative in some way, I completely toss it in the trash and I start over again from completely new. Um, because, especially if it's a spell working for something personal, that would be hurting myself, and that's not good. Um, but as long as I'm not hurting myself or someone else in my spell workings, my rituals, whatever, then it's okay. and that's kind of where the principle of love spells comes into play, which I will discuss at a later date. But I feel that love spells are very manipulative. Oh, so I tend to stay away from them. But so yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about that point. Now, the third and last point that I wanted to bring up was ever mind the rule of three. And there's a lot of different versions of the rule of three, or the law of three, or the power of three, or whatever you want to call it. Um, but basically, sorry guys, basically, I got a cold. Um, it's basically karma. Whatever you put out there into the world, into the universe, whatever energies you send out through your spells and your rituals, it'll come back at you. Um, Threefold, which is why it's called the threefold. I'm a very firm believer in karma, and this is because I learned quite a few lessons because of it. Even slight name calling, negativity at work, um, it's been known to come back and bite me in the butt. So I try to stay as upbeat and positive as I possibly can, and I don't have any issues with it. Now, applying it to my practice, try to put out as much positive energy as I can, because that helps the spell to manifest faster and stronger. If you're doing something out of anger or great sadness, it might come back negatively. I'm sorry, guys. Um, so I am just extremely careful when it comes to karma, because I don't want it to come back and like wreak its havoc on me. Um, but so yeah, guys, those are three very, very, very important topics as far as the Wiccan Rede. And I know that I kind of talk about it from more of a magical aspect, my practice, than I do as far as real life. Um, because right now, that's what I'm focusing on is my practice and my spirituality and getting that figured out. Maybe later on down the road, I'll be able to apply these principles to life as well, and then, mishmash them together and have my own little happy world. Um, but for right now, I really do take it into a magical context, which I think is going to be interesting to see between Colton and I, because I think he applies it not only to his magical aspect of his practice, but also to his life outside of his spirituality. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing this, and I'll be talking to you soon. Blessed be.